Whoa, number is counting 15. Let me start here, man. Personal development. Um, Personal development is what? Every time I talk about personal development, then I want to tell people something. Okay, I want to relate also with business, and this is what happens. Let's talk about money for a bit. And before I talk about money, people ask me, Albert, why do you always talk about money? And tell them, man, I was listening another time to the late Zig Ziglar, and he said, money is not everything, but it's up there with oxygen. So whether you like it or not, we're going to be talking about money. You know what I'm talking about? And the more you have, I mean, it may not give you everything, but it's better to have a lot of money and have some other problems than to have all the problems with no money. That's basically logic. And in that case, I have been... okay, Mombasa is raining hot as usual. You're enjoying snow. I'm not enjoying snow. It's cold. You know, enjoy the sunshine, man. Very, it's cold. It's actually right now at the highest of -8 degrees Celsius right now. Imagine. Karo Yombe, karibu sana. Now that I was here, I was going to say that money is not everything, but it's up there with oxygen. That is Zig Ziglar. And talk about money. I was listening to Bob Proctor, this interesting guy. He's my mentor in many ways. And the other day he was saying, if you find yourself wanting more money, it's not the money that you need. It's something else. That got me thinking. Because trust me, we look at it this way. Ever since you finished schooling and you started looking for employment, Karibu Floor, you started looking for employment. What happened to you? All these years, you've not made the money that you want. What's happening? You know, there's something else. And then I'll be telling you something about this one thing, and it's pertinent. I know I've told you enough times, some people, I still want to repeat that, write this, you'll never make more money than you've grown. That's a fact. You will never make more money than you've grown. Personal development. You have been making 50,000, it will be very hard to make 60. If you ever make 60 or 70, it will come back to 50, you know? And why is that? It's personal development. You can never, ever make money more than you've grown. Actually, one person, this is Jim Rohn, the late, one time he said, if you took all the money in the world and divided it equally among people, sooner than you know, the money will find itself back to the pockets of the people who had it. That's something you should ponder, really. So this is where I keep telling people, you know, I was told that the single most important thing we get out of school is the ability to read. Trust you me. And what you become after school depends on the books that you read and the people that you associate with. For us here tonight, for you, in the morning here for us here, the deal is this. I'm here, Albert Githinji is here, that's my name for the guests. I'm not seeing the guest yet, except maybe one or two. Besides, they can read my name. And I want to give you the two. I want to give you the people you can associate with. And I'll still, before I finish, tell you what books I feel you should be reading, and we do this journey together. And I can assure you, I cannot give you a guarantee 100% because much of the work is personal. But I can give you some guarantee that if you follow the formula, you're going to get some results. I have been doing this. I followed this one. It's amazing. I'm able to attract serious stuff around myself. The future is looking so bright for me. And for you, it's going to be the same story because you know what? You are here with me. And I mean, man will show man. I'll tell you what I know. And I'm going to learn from you everything. You know. By the way, every time I meet a person and I know they have something, they're doing something, it's amazing. I want to learn. Please adjust your camera. Sikuoni poa. Okay. I want to imagine now you can see me, Bula Kisome. Give me that feedback. You can see me now. Let's continue. Buddha, I'm looking to get that feedback. Maybe now I have adjusted my camera. Maybe you can see me well. If you see me well, just type there and I'll be good. And I want to continue. Anything, feel free. Anything, give me a comment. Give me something, one more idea that you think I should talk about as I go on. But let's Keep going. Did you know, my friends, that the 96 to 97%, 96 to 97% of all money being earned in the world is only earned by 3% of the world population. And it's not by accident, it's by design. Edwin Mwema, good. My friend, hey, Daktari, how have you been, man? Happy to see you. Yeah, listen keenly, because I need us to do this together. 96 to 97% of all money being earned in the world is only earned by 3% of the world population. And it's not by accident, it's by design. This I heard from my mentor again, Bob Proctor, and he keeps telling me this every time. Why would only 3% of the world people, 100 people, 3 are controlling 96 to 97%? Okay, Bula, thank you. Glad that we helped everybody. Now everybody can see me properly. All right. Now, that for me got me thinking, and it's very true, you will not believe. It simply means 97% of the world population all over the world and 3% of all money there is to be earned. They are struggling. Here in America, this is what happens. I'm told an average American is making about $40,000 a year. If I do my mathematics, that should be like $3,000 a month, $3,050 a month. That's an average one. And you see, they also say like this. Every average American is a paycheck away from bankruptcy. Like if they don't have the job, they don't have the next money, they have zero. And that's America. How about back in Africa? Anybody who wants to tell me what is happening? They are one check away from bankruptcy. Back home, where you and I have been for all our lives, it simply means we don't even know about checks, do you? Just how many of you are employed? But you see, there's a secret out there. Only 3% know it. They are not ready to tell you. They're not ready to show you. By the way, the millionaires, the 3% that are millionaires, will not show you this one. They would want to. But trust you me, there's a secret that was hidden, that was coveted. It's hidden outside you. If anything, if you get a millionaire, the real millionaires up there, the usual ones, they will not show you the secret. They are going to give you a job. That's why we go to school for all these years and we get employment, and we go and actually we are employed by these people who went to school or did not go to school, but they understand the secret. They have attracted what they want. They have the upper hand. They give you a job. They pay you peanuts and you make the millions. And sometimes when I tell people like this, they start getting angry, like, that's not fair. Man, I know it's not fair. But it's the way it is. 3% will control 96 to 97% of the world economy. You try getting in there, you get employed by the best corporates. And what do? Help them make more money. Something that the 3%, the rich people know they have in common is this. They are not there by accident. It's by design. They know something that the majority don't know. They actually take time to work on themselves. One, these people hardly ever watch news. Isn't that the opposite of what you and I do? Every day. By the way, I'm sure you cannot wait for me to finish these, because in a few minutes, sitakuwa news time, 9 p.m. East African time, right? And you want to do what? Go watch news. And you see what? BBI, and there was mazishi somewhere, and people walipigana, and that's the news. These people don't watch news. They are the news. If anything, they own the news. They own the media. Think hard. Personal development. And by the way, in 1903, Wallace D. Wattles wrote a book. Wallace D. Wattles is an author who wrote a book, and the book he wrote is called The Science of Getting Rich. And somewhere he said like this: we don't get rich for doing certain things. We get rich for doing things in a certain way. It may sound like play on words, but trust you me, we don't get rich for doing certain things. We get rich for doing things in a certain way. I'm sure you found out, you've met somebody who actually is doing what you do, but they're doing better. You know? It's not because, it's basically there's a way you do it. And I've also found out this one thing. The people who work so hard, unfortunately, die poor. And I'm not saying working hard is bad. We should work hard. Dorothy, karibu sana. Karamogagi, you're locked in. Karibu sana. Let's do this together. And I was here and I was saying, the people who work extremely hard, they don't make money. But there are another category of people who work hard and very smart, and there's a difference. Let me give you an example. And this I was given by when I was in the first network marketing company, when I was starting, we used to get these stories, and they were giving us, what you need to succeed in network marketing. And I had that time one of my uplines then in the first company I ever tried. And he's still my friend to date. Oh, James Oburu, good stuff. Karibu sana, brother. Let's do this together. And this guy was telling me like this. It was very funny. He used to tell us in the group and we would laugh our hearts out. But it was very true. He said, have you ever gone to a place where they have a construction going on? And we say, yeah. And have you seen the categories of people? There are people with wheelbarrows and spades, shovels. And you've seen another category of people who basically have this thing. I don't know what they call it. Remind me. You can write it there. Great reader, Chris Kamami, Karibu. And they are there. And there's another group of people. And these people, they actually are in suits or in a very clean shirt and pants and shoes. And they have a very clean plumb line. And they don't actually come close to where there is cement and building materials. They stand at a distance, And the people that have the shovels and wheelbarrows are sweating. They have torn clothes. They are actually going up and down. The other group is basically there. They are, And he was asking. This guy is called FT. I call him Steve. Steve is a great reader, and he was asking now, honestly. Who is doing a lot of work? Who is doing the heaviest work? Of course, the guy with the wheelbarrows and the shovels and carrying the stones, building stones. And who is the other guy who is in a very clean shirt and he cannot touch the construction, is just pointing. That guy is called the foreman or the engineer. And he was asking, who is working hard? The guy with the trolley, with the wheelbarrow, with the shovels, and who is making more money? The guy pointing. What I'm trying to say is, do you agree with me that sometimes it doesn't pay to work so hard? It pays to work smart. That's my point. Job Madare, my upline in this business, amazing business we do. Karibu sana, inspiring to have you around here, brother. We're going to be doing this. So, guys, part of the personal development is this. Learn to work smart. There's an author. This author is called Alvin Toffler. He was a futurist author, and he said like this: the illiterate of the 21st century will not be the people who cannot read and write. They will be the people who cannot learn and relearn. My friends, you have to be willing to actually have an open mind. Listen to things. And I'm saying this, and it's across the board. It's around the business that I do, which is amazing business. It's amazing business that has made me a 7-figure income earner in Africa. I'm a 6-figure income earner here in America. That's an amazing business. But what stuff I'm giving you right now is going to cut across every other business. Not just the business. Dorothy Wajiro, sure, reader, working smart but not hard. Yes. Now, Dorothy, just imagine this. Now you have this smartness. You work very smart, but then you add some hard work. Just go the extra mile. The combination is amazing. But even with working smart, you can attract everything that you want. Thank you very much. And I was going to say what? Guys, we do not get rich for doing certain things. We get rich for doing things in a certain way. Wallace D. Wattles. Alvin Toffler. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be the people who cannot read and write. They will be the people who cannot learn and relearn. I suggest we be open-minded and accept what works and discard what does not work. Making sense? Okay, let's continue. Back in the day, Jim Rohn, another writer, wrote a book, And if you search Jim Rohn on YouTube, and I suggest you do that, start listening to this guy, because every one word coming out of his mouth, even posthumous, he's dead years back, long gone, God rest his soul. But he's still actually inspiring us. It does not pay to work hard, it pays to work smart. Tori Yombe, I agree with you. Thank you. Now you're getting it. Smart, that smart thing is the one that I want us to get, because it's actually intertwined with personal development. And I'll be telling you about it right now. So this is where I was at. And I was saying what? Jim Rohn, he was saying like this the other day, that we are in a business of attracting people to ourselves. Which, if I go back, means what? The best investment you'll ever make or have is investing in people. You build a person and it's duplicable and they can build another person, that kind of empire can never be broken. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be the people that do not read and write. It will be the people that cannot learn and relearn. Valerie, you are close to correct. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be the people who cannot read and write. It will be the people who cannot learn and relearn. Correct. Thank you very much. You're very right. So now, Jim Rohn says like this. Now that you and I agree, anything we ever do in life is about investing in other people, and then having those people duplicate us, and then we can work together, especially in the industry that many of you around here belong to, and for whom I have the honor to lead. And for people like Job, I'm also having the honor to be led by you. It's an amazing opportunity. It's called network marketing. It's a business of the 21st century. And he says like this, I want to quote Jim Rohn, to attract attractive people, you have to be attractive. To attract powerful people, you have to be powerful. To attract committed people, you have to be committed. Instead of going out there to change people, change yourself. If you can become, you can attract. So for me, the take home is this. Much of the work is not out there, guys. Much of the work is inside here. Are you able to attract people? Are you able to do that one? Because everything we ever needed is out there for us for grabs. But do you know that information? How do you attract these people? Look here. Personal development is never taught in any school. There's no school called the School of Personal Development. It's a journey that you take personally. And it's a hard journey because there are no written books, the syllabus. What you do is you need a mentor. You need a person to hold your hand. Part of the reason I am in this space is because, trust me, I'm able to attract serious things around my life. And it's just a start. And I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with you. I want us to do it together. I'll give you the blueprint. How to do this. What book to start reading. How often do you read it? And so that now you can also start manifesting what you want. You don't have to kill yourself to buy a car. You don't have to go for a loan and you pay for 10 years to buy a car that is going to depreciate. But by the time you're finishing with the loan, you don't have a car. It doesn't have to happen like that. You have the power to actually order a car from the universe. It's there. By the way, many of you there are Christians. If you're a Christian, just write number one. If you're a Christian, as I go on. Because I will tell you something about the book that we read in the churches. I'm sure there could be Muslims here and people of other faith. But they also have something close in their book. But our book, the book. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, Sarah. Good. Give me a 1. Then I'll tell you something about that book. Because this book called the Bible, because we are Christians. Before I even go to other books, it says like this. Good. It says like this. Somewhere it says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Yes, Terra Maris, Karibu Sana, Redemptor, great stuff. My people perish for lack of what? Knowledge. Then the same book, somewhere it goes on to say like this. I can do all things through Jesus Christ. I'm not preaching, but I'm telling you a fact. I can do all things. Not even some. All things. And when I want to talk about some things, I want a host. Sarah, Thank you very much. You're with me. You saved me. Hosea 4:6. Now, this is the deal. What things do you want to do? Which now brings it back to somewhere else. Yes, Sarah, keep giving it to us. Philippians 4:13. And look here, the things that you want. I can do all things. Now, Sarah, you're doing very well. I also want you to give us this because it's also written somewhere. It says the things that you want, of course, are the things that you've seen. Vision. Do you have a vision? What do you want? Well, let's talk about the money. How much money do you want to earn? Have you written it down? What school for your children? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Correct. All things. I want to imagine in your head, all things are the clothes that you want to wear, the shoes, correction, the school for your kid, the cars that you want to drive, the homes that you want to own, the travels and trips you want to take around the world, all these. Isn't it? I can do all things. But then the same book, it says like this, write your vision. Now, Sarah, help us. Where in the book does it write your vision on tablets of stone? Get it and write it here. Because you see, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Now, when they have the knowledge, it says, I can do all things. Then, what things? You have to write them down. Actually, a person called Napoleon Hill. Now, let me tell you something about Napoleon Hill. Karibu sana Kairori Grace. You are very so much welcome. It's amazing having you around here. Yes, thank you very much. Habakkuk 2:2. That's very enjoyable. Amen. Thank you very much for participating with me. You are helping me out, man. I'm happy. Oh, you also got it, Stella Mary. Habakkuk 2:2. So now, don't perish for lack of knowledge. I want you to understand you can do all things, including if you're doing this business with me, especially back in Africa and around the world. BF Suma. Just saying. Go to the top. Senior crowd leader. Then improve your money. How do you do that? Step number 1. You have the knowledge now. Number 2, write it down. Vision. So people ask me now, I've written it down. So what do I do? Actually, they tell me like this. Just read it first. Don't worry about how you're going to achieve it. How is none of your business. The good book does not say, then think how to do it. It says, first of all, write it. First step, write it. The way will come to you. That's how God works. Says, write it. I'll give you the way. But then you don't write it and go and shelve it and stay on your couch and watch TV because you've written it down. No. When you write it down, I'll tell you what happens. But before I do that one, let me tell you something about Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. Now, this book was written inspired by him having interviewed over 500 the richest people in the world. About 500 documented what they did. He found out one thing that's common. They wrote their vision and they made it big. The bigger, the better. Esther Karibu Sana, listening keenly. I'm happy to have you around here. Thank you for honoring me with your time. And I'm still checking. I'll be finishing, not in a very long time, but thank you very much for being here. And about thinking and growing rich. Talking of books, have you noticed that I quoted the Bible especially?